Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Caravan of Garbage, where we're wrapping up the Jason Bourne trilogy.
You better believe it.
This is the final chapter in what is known as the Jason Bourne trilogy.
Is that what they call it?
And there's no more Jason Bourne movies. There's
Come on,
one
man.
more Jason Bourne movie.
Must we continue with this pantomime, James? Everybody knows there's more Jason Bourne movies.
It's true, and there might even be more forever and a day. But before we get to that, Mason,
Oh, yes.
we've got to talk about the Bourne Ultimatum, the final movie in the Jason Bourne trilogy. Please leave a like. This came out in 2007, 3 years after the last, but it's an in-between-quel.
Is it?
Yeah, because it's set between when he goes and tells that girl that he killed her parents and when he shows up to Pam's office. And then it becomes a sequel very briefly at the end when he's running
Is that
around
what
New
was
York.
happening? Because I did recognize that there is that scene.
There's overlap.
There's overlap, but I'm just like, or is he just doing a sort of greatest hits thing? Is he trying to be like...
This is kind of Jason Bourne greatest hits at this point.
Is he doing the thing where he's like, I should take a dig at her being tired again?
Yeah.
I think she liked it so much last time.
Yeah.
I mean, last week we talked about the Bourne
Supremacy.
and I'm like, this kind of, is the next one gonna feel samey? Well, I'll tell you what. Here's the description of it from Google.
Okay.
Of the Bourne Ultimatum. Jason Bourne sets off on a quest to uncover his dark past. However, to get to the end of the riddle, he must dodge the CIA agents who are trying to kill him.
Whoa.
Wow. What I would say, though...
You thought Jason Bourne had enough of his memories. But guess what? He hasn't got enough memories
He wants
yet.
more memories. What I would say...
Just go to the memory room.
These were appointment viewing at the time.
Absolutely.
Like, we're shotgunning these over a span of 3 weeks, but each one of these... It was years between
highly
each of these.
anticipated.
This was appointment viewing. People
Yeah.
were like, God, there's another one. I love
Jason
that.
Bourne, how many memories is he going to get
He's going
back?
to do this. And he's going to do... Just imagine I'm like slapping somebody's arms with my arms.
Yeah.
But clearly I've got the upper hand
Yeah.
here. Literally and figuratively. Like, I'm slapping. This guy doesn't know what's going on.
You're slapping better than that other
He
guy
had a
slapping.
gun, but now I've got the gun. And then I'm pistol whipping him with the gun. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're slapping.
He's just some damn pencil pusher.
I agree.
At this point, you know what I mean? He was
Yeah.
a guy in an embassy or something, but I've slapped his
You're
hands.
slapping him too much.
That's right.
He's outclassed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would stop slapping at that point. I'd just back up.
Oh, yeah.
Just against the wall.
And you'd wait for them to acknowledge, yes, you were better at slapping. And then you could both move on with your lives.
That's right. Yeah. Also, I'd be all disorientated because of the camera.
Yeah,
Like, I wouldn't
absolutely,
know
yeah.
what was happening. God.
Well, now with the new knowledge that this is an in-between call,
Yeah.
that's great.
Well, it's not really how it started. So Tony Gilroy, who, of course, from Andor, and was the main screenwriter on the earlier Bourne films, in particular the first one, he was hired by the studio to write a draft for this. So Universal greenlit the film based on the draft. But Gilroy didn't do any revisions or rewrites because he had to direct Michael Clayton.
I love Michael Clayton.
Yeah?
It's a good movie.
The Man or the Movie?
The man and the movie.
Hell yeah.
To me, they're inextricable.
One and the same.
That's right.
In 2011, though, Matt Damon accused Gilroy of writing a quick draft for money and then leaving the project in turmoil. Damon called the original draft unreadable and a potential career ender for Gilroy.
Damn.
And also that Gilroy arbitrated to get sole writing credit before the movie came out.
Did Matt Damon do some rewrites on this? Is that what's happening here?
We'll talk about their relationship towards the end, but yeah, they had a couple other people come in and fix this up, I guess.
Because, we think of Matt Damon.
We think of him.
We think of him as the guy who's better at slapping a guy's hands than the other guy's
Yeah,
hands
yeah.
are slapping his hands. But actually, he's also a writer as well.
He is, that's right. He wrote Good Will Hunting.
And Good Will Humping.
Did he?
Yeah,
He
that's
wrote
right.
that?
He wrote it. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
in pretty
yeah.
poor taste, Mason.
Well,
As a joke. I think we're better than that.
no, I disagree.
Do you want to put in a better, more tasteful joke?
Good dick hunting. What do you think of that? Good willy hunting?
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. The perfect classy joke. I
Agreed.
think. Good willy humping.
So this is... Oh,
I'm just a little goblin here. I can do this all day.
I hope you can't. Of all the Jason Bourne movies, this has the highest Rotten Tomato scores of 92%.
Okay.
But I do feel like a bunch of ideas should have been merged with this one. Like you start with the death of his love, and then you could go into this, I feel. All the stuff that happened in the previous movie, I don't know.
okay.
We see a lot of that here. Like it's, instead of Treadstone, it's Operation Blackbriar, which is apparently mentioned at the end of the first movie when Brian Cox is in that meeting. He's like, we should do Operation Blackbriar, whatever. Or whoever's in that meeting.
Okay, great.
Yeah. And it's just, it's him running around again. It's old white guy stuff. This time it's Albert Finney, who of course played Kincaid in Skyfall.
Oh,
Yeah.
And Stick is there.
Stick is there.
From
Netflix's Stick.
Netflix's Stick.
Yeah.
You know?
Is it the Netflix Stick? Yeah, it's not Terrence Stamp, who was the Electra Stick.
It's Netflix Stick.
Netflix Stick. That's right.
A couple of, of course, a bunch of MCU alums, as always.
Yep.
Daniel Bruhl, of course, the golden boy of German film.
He's
the
back.
undisputed ruler of the European acting elite, as we know.
Yeah, and he
has that tapas
bar,
bar.
yeah.
He's got a tapas bar.
He does, yeah.
Probably took the money from this small role in this movie.
Yeah.
As the brother of the woman's family he killed.
No, it's Marie's brother.
It's Marie's brother. Well, he killed her. in
Yeah,
a
I
way,
guess he did.
You know, with
Yeah.
his various misdeeds.
It's true.
Anyway, Daniel Bruhl's here.
He is.
He's like, come on, man.
Why are you killing
Don't do
everybody?
that.
Why are you killing everybody all day?
Yeah. Is she all right? No, she's not, Daniel
Dude.
Bruhl.
Dude.
Dude.
I wouldn't be here if she was all right.
Dude, I'm going to need you to sit down for this. She's fine. She went to live on a farm. No, you can't visit her. There's a fence. Sorry, man.
Dude.
Dude.
Paddy Considine is here. He's a newspaper guy. Jason Bourne's getting in the newspaper, which is cool. He's getting famous.
That is great, actually.
Yeah, I like that.
And I believe that was his main reason for wanting to be in the Treadstone program. To get famous. But he's all, you got to fake it. You know what I mean? When you got to say
you want to make it organic.
You want to say some stuff the interviewer knows,
Yeah.
is interested. I want to serve my country. I want to make
blah, blah.
freedom and freedom for
Bullets.
Americans. I love bullets.
Yep.
I love bullets.
I love riding a guy down the middle of a stairwell.
That's right.
I love punching a guy in the nuts and then flipping him over and he slides down the stairs.
Handbrake turn in a funny little car. I love that. But actually, he wanted to be famous. That's a great sequence, I think.
It is.
The sequence where the Treadstone Blackbriar assassins, they want to kill Paddy Considine for all his journalism he's doing.
Yeah, he's doing too much.
And they're going to snipe him, and they're gonna Blackbriar him, they're going to Treadstone him so good.
Yep.
And then Jason Bourne's got to navigate him through the crowd.
Yeah.
Without him being, done. He's
Bourne has to evade people, but also while getting a
yes,
panicking loser.
tricky.
Yeah,
That's tricky stuff,
He doesn't do it either.
He
does it all right for a time.
Yeah.
And
But then Paddy won't bloody settle down.
Paddy, you got to settle down, mate.
It's worked well so far.
Yeah, what are you
know
doing?
what I mean?
Duck, etc.
Duck.
Roll.
Tie your shoes.
Yep. Put a different coat on.
Put up a newspaper. It's got the eye holes in it.
That's
You
right.
know what I mean?
It's basic stuff, Mason.
Basic espionage. You know what I mean?
It's also, it's got that. I think there might be another sequence in this as well. I'm pretty sure there is, where Jason Bourne is meeting with someone, and they're like, "We got to follow him. We've got eyes on him." What? He's gone somehow. He's done that thing that he literally always does. Like,
Yeah.
we think we know where he is, and then he's not here anymore.
Yeah.
Mate, he's done this to you like twice a movie.
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean, this is also another movie where they're like,
Where is he?
We think Jason Bourne did it. Well, he didn't do it the last time, did he?
Yeah.
We think Jason Bourne killed this guy. Well, he didn't. You were wrong last
He's also
time.
was on the phone. And he's like, I didn't do it. Stop running around after me.
Yeah.
I'll come to your work. Do you want that?
I'll come to your work. I'll cause a ruckus.
I'll tell you you're tired.
That's right.
You won't like that.
Yeah. I know a bunch of your negative traits that you haven't realized yet. And I'll tell them to you, and you'll be embarrassed.
That's right. Julia Stiles is back, getting a real moment in this movie.
Nikki Parsons she's got a real knack for being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Boy, does she,
Just
yeah.
constantly like, oh, it's you again.
Oh, oh my God. I have to get a haircut. Oh, no.
No. And I've seen the surveillance photos of what the last haircut on your last girlfriend looked like, and it was bad.
You going to get a haircut, Jason Bourne?
Nah, my haircut's fine as it is.
Same and regular haircut.
Not even a little trim, not even crew cut that.
Yeah, come on, man.
Come on, put on a Farrah Fawcett wig, for God's sakes.
For God's sake, Jason Bourne.
I think this black bob looks better on Julia Stiles than it
Yeah.
does.
I mean, maybe he's gotten better at it. He's probably done this to a few women in between movies.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, that's pretty good. I like that she steps up a bit because, she's pretty low-key in the previous two movies, and now, she's got more prominence. And also, there's the implication that they have a history?
But it's guess what? Spoiler alert, it's never resolved. Not in anything.
I know.
Not even in the game.
Not even in the game, which we loved.
There's not even a quick time event reveal your relationship with Nikki Parsons. There isn't one.
Can't do it.
Yeah.
So, of course, these are globe-trotting, as always. And this time he goes to Morocco, where another Jason Bourne is after him. And they're Jason Bourning around the city. He's on a bike. I think that's a fun sequence. And he jumps through the window like Jason Bourne. And I think, and then James Bond did this later in another movie.
Absolutely
that
did,
window angle jump thing?
Yeah.
Maybe in
And the bike thing.
And the bike thing as well. You're right.
Yeah. Does Bond also do the crusty demons hop over a fence kind of thing in your bike?
He might.
You know, he hops up that wall.
Yeah.
Incredible.
You might be thinking of that movie, Will Smith, two Will Smiths, one is young.
Gemini Man.
We don't know what it's called. Now's not the time to throw wild accusations
Sorry,
out
bleep the
there.
thing that I said.
But hopping around and stuff. Yeah, it's good. Just I do, again, we see this in every movie, but I do enjoy him causing a ruckus in a place where there shouldn't be a ruckus like this.
And I have a note here, and it just says, it's nice when actors are in actual places doing actual things.
It is, isn't it?
It's a rarity these days.
Yeah, you might get it in A Grey Man. You might get it in that one that Tom Holland did. You might get it in The Electric State. You know, these are movies you might get it in.
Absolute what?
Real places,
I guess.
Real places, real people.
It's not because you know. Sometimes you'll see a movie and they've invisibly constructed a city around people, but I think you can always tell.
You absolutely
people
can.
in this movie look cold and windswept and miserable.
Yeah,
they're you know. Yeah. You can tell that it's real.
Are you talking about just background people in general?
Everybody,
as well?
yeah. Just everybody, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I understand that, yeah.
I mean, Damon's thinking about his DVD residuals, obviously.
Doubt he is,
and that's warmed him against the cold. But those background extras, they're like, God damn.
I like how that Hot Ones interview has just defined him for the rest of his life. I mean, it's a pretty good thing to be defined by.
Yeah.
He even talks about the Jason Bourne video game in that.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, what a time. So the fight sequences in this, like in particular one in Morocco, they are getting more hectic, but I don't think in a good way. I think they try and up the ante, but I do think that still, to me, the best stuff is in that first movie, you know? And then this seems to be just the fallout from that continually in the same sequence. Though I do like the bit where he gets him in, like, he twists his arm and the guy, like, flips out of it.
Yeah, that's right.
That was incredible.
You weren't expecting that, Bourne, were you idiot?
Yeah, they didn't teach you that at Treadstone School.
Yeah, too busy teaching how to bunny hop on a bike.
Yeah, man.
God.
That's hard to do.
Yeah.
God, this guy can do everything.
They should have brought in some people from Cirque du Soleil.
Do you reckon?
Kick this crusty demons guy out. Bring in
Really?
a Cirque du Soleil guy.
Lovely. Like spin down a big ribbon or whatever?
Spin down a ribbon. That's all you need.
Yeah, you might be right. And we also get Jason Bourne loose in Manhattan.
That's right.
And that, again, that's the sequence where it becomes an actual sequel as opposed to an in-between qual. I do like that bit where, you know, he calls up the head of Blackbriar or Treadstone, whoever. What's that guy's name? He's in, like, Good Night, Good Luck, Amen, or whatever it's called.
I don't know. Let's look him up.
What the fuck's his name? He's a great actor.
David Strathairn?
Yeah,
David
that's the one.
Strathairn.
Yeah. He's great. And Jason Bourne's like, oh, what's going on? Where are you? And he's like, I'm in my office. And he's like, I don't think you're in your office. Because if you're in your office, we'd be having this conversation face to face.
Good night and good luck, bitch. Bang. Bang, bang, bang.
Why does he do that? Why does he let them know where he is? Is it to send them into like a panic?
Probably.
Because he could be like, well, if we'd be having that conversation and I'm in a McDonald's.
That's right. I'm getting free Wi-Fi right here. I'm getting free Wi-Fi and I've got a quarter pounder meal. Yeah. And everything's great. Yeah. And there's a limited edition shake.
Is there?
It's a Jason Bourne shake.
What?
Tastes like blood.
He's famous.
Yeah, it tastes like blood and loose teeth. You should get it.
Yeah. You should get it.
It tastes like the vibe of being stabbed in the hand with a pen.
That's a good bit. You know, at the end, there's that car crash. So there's a zippy car chase, which we get this time in New York. Is that car crash pretty much the same car crash that happens at the end of the second movie? And then the assassin is like kind of splayed out. And obviously in this one, he doesn't shoot him.
Yes.
But for different reasons, he doesn't shoot him. In the first
one, character development.
Yeah, in the first one, he doesn't shoot him because he was dead anyway. And this one, he chooses not to.
That's right.
But that's the same crash, right? Am I misremembering?
You mean literally the same?
Yeah,
crash?
I think it's like film that's like he's kind of the car's pushed sideways and then smashes and you get that window shot or whatever.
Yeah, I think at this point, maybe in this era of filmmaking, they're like, we want car crashes to feel kind of like
but why
uncomfortable?
Yeah,
you know
but
what
why
I mean?
the same?
Like in real life.
Unless I'm wrong, but I feel like I don't know.
Based on your track record, you are wrong.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, God, and then he goes and visits where he's from and he's like, you know, you wanted to be Jason Bourne. This was your idea.
Well, you would say that, wouldn't you?
Yeah. I like how the guy's like, let him come here. I want to speak to him. I wouldn't.
You're right. Yeah.
It's pretty dangerous.
Yeah. I mean, this guy wants closure, this Jason Bourne character, but honestly, I already had closure.
Yeah.
You know? I stopped doing this, whatever.
Yeah, whatever this is.
We've got enough Jason Bournes. It's fine.
His name's not Jason Bourne either.
That's correct.
It's David Mitchell and Webb.
Didn't we learn that in the last movie?
Yeah, we did, but we learn it even more this time.
I guess we do. Yeah.
Yeah, and they all get arrested and he swims away. And that's cool because we know he's going to survive until... Well, not the next movie. He's dead in the next one.
Now, I've maintained, of course, and I think you may know this, that I maintain that sequence where he, you think he's dead and he's fallen in the water. You know, it should have ended with him being picked up by the fishing boat from the start of the first movie, and they bring him on board, and it's the same scene from and then it just cuts to black, and then it says time travel ? I think that would have been a nice hook for a sequel.
Completely agree.
Right?
Yeah. A nice hook for a sequel.
Agreed.
And not just going back to the first movie.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I'm not writing that. I'm not writing Jason Bourne.
You brought out the best idea, and other people could.
I'm an ideas
figure
man.
It out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let the bloody number crunchers come up with the fine details.
Completely agree.
I'm just throwing you an incredible idea that maybe Treadstone also have a particle accelerator that lets you go through time.
I think that's cool if they did that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the Jeremy Renner one, I don't know, it's a Mission Impossible spin-off or whatever.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
We don't care.
We'll have to care next week because we have to talk about it.
We'll care next week.
Also, Amazon Prime. I watch these movies on Amazon Prime, and as soon as this one finished, it cut to Jason Bourne. It just skipped. It just skipped the Jeremy Renner one.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That would have been an interesting fact for next week. Well, not everybody watches every one of these videos. You could bring that up again.
I'll bring it up again.
Yeah. Mason, do you know what it's time for?
What's the time for?
Bourne, I hardly know him trivia. It's the trivia section of the show.
Oh, I get it.
It's not. There's nothing to get.
Okay.
So when you say you get it, there's nothing to get there. There's nothing to that. It's the first thing I thought of.
No, I found a detail that you didn't even think of.
Well, I guess my subconscious mind is so incredible that it's better than my conscious mind.
No, I think this was just an accident.
Oh, okay, great. This is the only Bourne film to win an Academy Award. It won 3 in all the categories it was nominated in. While the other Bourne films, they didn't even get a nomination, a single Bourne-nation.
Embarrassing for them.
When they were shooting in Tangier, it was in the middle of Ramadan, which means Muslims, of course, people know this, I know, but maybe not everybody knows. I'm explaining religion.
Go on.
That means Muslims can't eat or drink during the daylight hours. Apparently, several of the crew, of course, were Muslim, and they found it exhausting to be, not being able to eat or drink all day. And Matt Damon said that sometimes they'd see him looking like longingly while he's like sipping a cup of coffee, and they're like, damn.
And he's just like, think about all your DVD residuals you are going to get.
Oh my God.
Because you, like me, are Matt Damon.
We're all going to be rich.
We're all going to be rich.
We're already rich, but we're going to be richer.
That's right.
Yeah. A photo of Richard Chamberlain is shown as terminated on the Bourne kill list.
Because he's the original Jason Bourne?
Original Jason Bourne from that 80s TV telly movie thing. Yeah. So I guess Matt Damon killed the actor Richard Chamberlain. And in real life. Yeah. So now to get back to the Tony Gilroy thing. Remember when Matt Damon threw shade at him?
I do remember that.
We were like, come on, Matt Damon.
Wow, I bet Perez Hilton had something to say about that.
Perez Hilton can die in a fucking ditch, Mason.
Wow.
What a piece of shit.
Wow.
Fucking still running around. Being an absolute I'm going to bleep that. God, what a fucking
You're throwing
scumbag.
shade at Perez Hilton, a guy in the same industry as you. You're basically the same guy.
No.
Wow.
We're different in many ways.
I mean, I'm different.
Yeah, sure. We're both different.
I'm the ideas man.
You are.
Yeah.
Matt Damon said it was idiotic for him to blurt out anything about the subject in relation to Tony Gilroy. In 2012, Gilroy said that him and Damon haven't spoken to each other in years, although Gilroy later co-wrote The Great Wall in 2016. Remember that one where Matt Damon has a ponytail and he went to China or whatever?
Yeah.
Remember that one?
Yeah, in theory, I remember.
Probably made $1 billion in China alone or whatever happened. Let's find out.
Or no money at all.
Or no money at all. Here we go. And it was Monsters or something?
I think it was Monsters Behind the Wall.
God damn. What did Matt Damon get paid for this? I'd love to know. So it cost $150 million. It made $334 million. Oh, I don't know about that.
That's borderline, isn't it?
It's borderline. Mm-hmm. How much Matt Damon make?
How much Matt Damon make?
Google AI says Matt Damon is estimated to have paid $150 million for his role in The Great Wall.
Wow. He really wanted it. He must have really wanted that.
There's another post here from Screen Rant. Apparently it lost $75 million. There you go.
Yeah, it's a lot of those ponytails.
It must have been. I mean, he would have made it like a bandit. He wouldn't have signed on to that for... He would have made a good deal. Yeah. He turned down Avatar money. We've talked about this. He would have got 10% of Avatar. He was offered the Sam Worthington role.
Well, I think he's doing all right. On DVD sales alone.
Dividends. And so is everybody on that crew.
I think so.
Yeah. Anyways, speaking of doing well, on a budget of $110 million, this made $444.1.
Pretty good.
Moderate hit. Moderate hit. Moderate hit. And then DVDs, etc., because that was still the era. It was also the era of going to Bali and getting a bootleg DVD. So It was a crazy time. It was a transition between whatever was then and what is now.
Yeah. Sometimes it'd be a VCD or whatever.
Yeah.
Incredible.
And as far as we knew, this was the last we'd see of Jason Bourne.
Exactly, because he got stuck in that time loop.
Yeah, that's right. And they can't get him out.
That's right.
Someone's going to blow up the particle accelerator, but who's it going to be?
Jeremy Renner.
Jeremy Renner. Can't wait to see it. I will say this. We're going to talk about Adjacent Bourne next week. I've never seen it, and I'm interested because I think it'd have to be different than what we've been doing at this point. These are all good movies.
I agree. Yeah.
But I would like to see something in this universe which is very similar to what we've already seen. And apparently it's got like pills that make you smart in it, sort of, or something.
You think of the movie Limitless?
I am thinking of the movie Limitless, but I know for a fact, I heard this from my brother, the one you like, that he's seen this movie, and he said it was actually all right, that it's got smart Jason Bourne.
You sure
pills
he's
in
not talking about the movie Limitless? Because he's bad with names and actors and faces and movies.
That's true. But he does love the TV show Limitless, but not the movie, which he's never seen.
Great.
Yeah. Anyways, you can actually see that video early at bigsandwich.co. It's like our private Patreon if you do want to sign up. It's not just early videos, though. We do video game Let's Plays. We looked at the Jason Bourne video game.
The Bourne Conspiracy.
It's a spin-off of the first book. You can check it out if you want.
It's a video game based on the idea of Jason Bourne.
But with a lot of stuff ripped directly from the movies, including costumes and one of the casting choices.
But not how he looks.
No, he looks like Nathan Drake's brother. But not Nathan Drake's brother Sam, Nathan Drake's other brother.
The idea of Nathan Drake's brother.
Think about the idea of Nathan Drake's other brother. What does he look like?
That's right.
Yeah. We also do bonus podcasts. We do movie commentaries. We also have a podcast called The Weekly Planet where we talk movies and comics and TV shows. That comes out every Monday, if you are interested. Sunday at bigsandwich.co. But yeah, that's got its own YouTube channel. It's on Spotify. It's on Apple. We talk the movie of the week and all the movie and TV show news, etc.
That's right.
Yeah. We're going to be talking about Mission Impossible.
Oh,
That's why we're doing this, by the way. Spy stuff.
Oh, okay.
Spy stuff.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible coincidental timing.
Agreed. Not a coincidence. I planned it. All right. Thanks, everyone. And thank you to Ben for the edits.
Thank you, Ben.
We've wrapped up the Bourne trilogy.
Yep.
But we got 2 more weeks of this.
Okay, then. Great.